New wheels are really great and a lot of fun to take a look at, but one of my favorite things that I see happen with aftermarket wheel companies is when they take an older design and they refresh it a little bit, which is exactly what Rohana did with the RFC3. Welcome to Martini Works Unbox, where we go ahead and unbox car parts like wheels or suspension, performance parts, whatever it might be, to give you a first-hand look of what you could expect if you go ahead and pick something up like this for yourself. And of course, if you are looking for any of the parts that we do look at here on the channel, you can check them out over at Martini Works Unbox. So today we are taking a look at the Rohana RFC3. Now this is going to be a bit of a bigger wheel. This is a 20 by 11. So let's go ahead and get this out of the box and take a look at what we got. Let's go ahead and take the cover off and get a look at this thing for the first time. This looks freaking awesome. So this is the silver with the chrome lip, one of 3 finishes that are offered on the RFC3. Now, Rohana have been making wheels for quite a few years now, and they've taken a lot of their older designs and have been kind of revamping them and refreshing them into their Cross Forge series, which is their flow form or rotary forge series of wheels. So taking some of the wheels that they originally launched with that were just traditional cast, they were a little bit heavy, especially with how big the wheels were, and bringing them into their new form of manufacturing to help keep the weight down a little bit and make some even wider wheels a lot easier to fit a lot of the bigger cars that are coming out nowadays. So right out of the gate, we do have a pretty intricate face design here. What I do like is that we do have that simulated 2-piece look to it. So we do have the spokes that kind of come outward. The whole kind of face is extruded from the rest of the wheel, gives that floating spoke design that a lot of people really like, and I think looks really good on cars that can take the 22-inch wheels that Rohana offers. So this looks really, really good. The lip itself here, I believe, looks to be a pressed on chrome lip. So in some of the other finishes, you will have just a painted lip. The chrome lip here is actually a pressed on piece of metal that gets put on kind of behind the spokes here. You kind of feel the lip of it on the back there. Just the way that they do it makes it look really nice and clean. Now, another feature of a lot of the Rohana wheels, especially their newer Cross Forge stuff, is that they do come in multiple concavity profiles. So this is the extreme deep concavity profile. So you do get a lot of depth to the overall design of the wheel. 20 by 11 plus 18 is the specs on this one. So some pretty aggressive specs that allow you to get a lot of that concavity. Some of the other concave profiles that they have are going to be their standard, deep, super deep, and then of course the extreme deep that we have here. So a lot of times we're going to see that come into play is if you're running a staggered setup on your car. The narrower sizes and things like that will have a different concavity profile than something like a 20 by 11 here that you would typically run on the rear. So good thing to keep in mind, because the design and overall look of this wheel does change quite a bit depending on that concavity profile. Kind of taking a look on the rest of the wheel here, we do have a little bit of bead knurling on the side here. This is something that we've kind of started to see become pretty standard, especially in a lot of the rotary forging stuff. A lot of their factories that these wheels are being made at do start to offer this bead knurling here. It does offer some performance benefits if you're running like low pressure applications and stuff like that, or if you're running low pressure at the track. Now, does it really make a ton of sense for that to have on something like this wheel? Not really, in my opinion. I don't think you're going to be running, low pressures at the drag strip with anything like this, or on the drift track with something like this, but it is just a nice feature that they just decided to throw on the wheel. It is there if that's something that you're looking for. On the back, we do have some milling as well to kind of help keep the weight down. The actual specs of the wheel are engraved into the back side of the lip, which is nice. It's not just stamped into the back hub. You can read these really easily, especially if you have a staggered setup. You know which ones are which. I do like that a lot. Now, when it comes to sizes for the RFC3, we are currently looking at a 20-inch diameter only, at least as of right now. In widths, you're going to be looking at 9 to 12 inches in width. So a good variety of width in there and a lot of offsets that come into play in there as well. Finish wise, we have the machine silver, so we have the silver paint, machine face, and the chrome lip. There's also 2 other variants as well. We have a gloss black and a machine bronze. I really like the bronze from Rohana. It's similar to this, it's bronze, and then it's gone over with a tinted clear coat. It looks really, really sharp. As far as vehicles that these wheels are gonna go on, I think that this is gonna work for a large variety of different vehicles with bolt patterns from 5x112, 5x114.3, 5x115, 5x120, and even 5x130. You're gonna be seeing these on a lot of modern muscle cars, BMWs, Porsches, etc. Pretty much anything that can take those larger wheel sizes there, especially with a staggered setup. A lot of those cars look really, really good on these wheels. If you take a look at Rohana's catalog, you'll see that there's a lot of Chargers, a lot of Audis, a lot of Mustangs, things like that, Porsches, Teslas, the whole 9 yards. They cater to that audience really, really well, and that's where their sizes really kind of fall into. The last thing in our box here is, of course, the center cap, which we got to throw in. So we do get the nice classic Rohana center cap to match the finish of the wheel. We're gonna go ahead and pop this in here and rotate this around so we put it in the right way. Because yes, there is a right way to put in center caps. And this should just press right in here. I'm actually gonna set this down so I don't fling it off the table. There we are. Nice, solid, snug fit on there. And honestly, really completes the overall look of the wheel. Price-wise on these, what are you looking at if you're looking at picking up a set of the RFC3? Honestly, you're looking at a bit more of an expensive wheel. Obviously, you're getting a lot of material coming in with this wheel, 20x11. Starting off, you're looking at $2,480 per set, and then topping out at $2,800 per set in the larger sizes. But you are getting flow form, rotary forged wheel, cross forge as they call it. You're getting something that is made to fit a lot of modern vehicles that are running staggered sizes, and something that in my opinion looks really freaking good. And then the last thing we want to do here is get a weight on this wheels. We always weigh the wheels that we unbox here on Martini Works Unboxed, just so you can get an idea. That's something that you want to keep in mind for your car. So this 20x11 RFC3 coming in 30.8. So even though it is cross-forged, even though they did take some time to really kind of shave out some of the back pad there, still coming in pretty heavy. But again, you're talking about some pretty large wheels here, and the load rating that these things need to have with how big vehicles are and the vehicles that these are going on need to have a bit of a higher load rating, so that's where a lot of that weight comes into play as well. There you have it. There's your look at the new Rohana RFC3. If you guys are interested in checking out this wheel for yourself, seeing what sizes are out there, what they look like in their finishes, feel free to swing over to martiniworks.com. If you need help with fitment, we are there to help with that as well. And of course, if you want to pair them with some tires so you can throw them on your car right away, we can do that for you too. So all that, check it out over at martiniworks.com. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you later.